Hello everyone, welcome to this podcast, The Rise, Fall and Rebirth of a Town, an urban field study of Dunleary for senior cycle students. The learning outcomes of this urban field study are to identify key features in the historical development of Dunleary, demonstrate the use of an urban centre as an interactive classroom, integrate cross-curriculum reference to the subjects of English, Geography and CSP to the history-based field study, and analyze current issues affecting the future development of this urban centre, Save Our Harbour initiative. There are many reasons we have chosen Dunleary for this urban field study. Among these are the literary references. James Joyce's Ulysses character, Malachi Book Mulligan, was originally from Dunleary. Also, there is a very inspirational quote from George Bernard Shaw. While gazing at the Western Pier, he declared, "The air out here would inspire the devil himself." Dunleary Town is also the administrative centre of Dunleary's Rathdown County Council, so all the decisions involving the nearby settlements are taken here in Dunleary. There are also plenty of valuable historical buildings in Dunleary, which tells the tale of the development of the town as a settlement. I have also included here some information about the curricular content and skills in place during the field tour. I have chosen this map provided by Dunleary's Tourist Information Centre and published by Gondor Publishers due to the simplicity of the map and the landmarks identified on it. We will start our urban field study in Dunleary's main road, George Street. Here, students will be given this map as part of a workbook. We will move then towards the Town Hall and Marine Road, number 1 in the map, and then we will make our way to the East Pier along the coast, looking at different buildings, like the Royal Irish Yacht Club. From here, we will be able to see James Joyce's Tower and Museum, number 17 in the map. Although the short nature of this field study, just half a day, will make it impossible to visit the tower. We'll move then towards the Irish Maritime Museum, where we will have a guided visit of such museum, and this is number 6 in the map. We will conclude our field study trip just outside the museum, in the Kingston and Pavilion Gardens, from where students will be able to see the mixture of styles and different eras around them. The new library, the monstrous shopping centre, the Kingston Hotel, the Mariners Church, the East Pier, and other landmarks and buildings around them. We are starting the tour in the main street to understand the transformation of Dunleary from a fishing village in the 1700s to a commercial and strategic centre in the 19th and 20th centuries. By the 18th century, Dunleary had begun to acquire importance. Vessels trying to get into Dublin port were often forced to wait in Dunleary harbour because of the hazardous access to Dublin port. However, it was in the 19th century, shortly after 1800, that the coastline of Dublin Bay underwent a remarkable change. The scare of Napoleonic invasion caused the first Martello towers and batteries to be built in Ireland in 1804. An important result of the erection of these towers was the construction of new roads on which the military could move easily and quickly. The long straight road joining Dunleary and Glasgow Tower later became George Street, Dunleary's main street. At this point, students will be asked to read an article, "Borough's Beauty is Vanishing." Students will be asked to find buildings in this street which could support the article's claim. Photographic evidence will be asked to be recorded. Dunleary's magnificent town hall was built in 1879, and it was one of the last major architectural undertakings of 19th century Kingstown. The overall appearance of the town hall is that of a Venetian palace. The Venetian elements in the town hall include the composition of arched windows, the circular pierced balconies, and the colored stonework. At this point, students will be asked to sketch the facade of the building in pairs, with the help of a template included in the student pack. At the town hall, students will have a brief encounter with a local councillor. The councillor will introduce the working of local politics to the students and will answer questions about the same, in accordance with his field trip multidisciplinary and cross-curricular nature. On our way to the pier, we will stop at a Save Our Harbour signpost, Currently, there is a great controversy about a project between the harbour company and the council. They are planning a major development for the harbour, which could threaten this vital public amenity. Their plan is to spend 18 million on a new berth that could dominate the harbour in order to facilitate large cruise ships. A local group, Save Our Seafront, have argued that this is a financial gamble. And if it weren't to succeed, the debt would land in the shoulders of Dunleary's inhabitants. I will briefly expose to the students what is the current situation and what the different groups believe and say. We will have then a short debate to see what the students think of this issue. The pier is Dunleary's pride and joy, and many argue that it should be central to the regeneration of the town. The pier was built in 1767, after the Irish House of Commons granted a substantial sum of money for the erection of a pier in Dunleary. The construction of the pier, and the coastal changes brought by the erection of the Martello Towers, as we have previously seen, changed the landscape of Dunleary. The town grew rapidly, and became an important trading centre and leisure point for the aristocrats and higher classes. Students will have a task to complete in their pier. They will have to identify three major features of this east pier. An obelisk erected to signal the completion of the pier, an anemometer, an instrument to measure wind speed, and a bandstand, built to welcome George IV on his visit to Dunleary. Students will be asked to produce photographical evidence of their findings, and also to produce at a later stage a paragraph on the significance of each construction. The National Maritime Museum of Ireland is housed in a former mariners' church. It was built in 1837 to serve the seafaring community of Dunleary's harbour. When the visitor walks through the museum, it is not only the brilliant display, but also the building which captivates and marvels. The museum opened its doors in 1974 and reopened after an extensive refurbishment in 2012. It displays several exhibitions. An anniversary of the sinking of the Lusitania, considered one of the most significant reasons for the United States to declare war on Germany. An exhibition on Captain Halpin and the laying of the transatlantic cable. And a Titanic corner, with a light bulb from the ship. The museum offers guided tours with many areas covered: maritime history, Irish geography, town development as exemplified by Dunleary, among others. So it would be more beneficial to students to undertake the guided tour with a local historian. The museum also offers an array of activities during the visit, such as quiz about the different displays, a note station, or a blackboard to draw code flags and Morse code. However, I will let the students decide what activities to undertake in the museum, and no written or photographic evidence need to be produced. The idea is to let them have fun while they learn in the museum. We will conclude the visit outside Dunleary's library in the Kingston Hotel Gardens. Here, the students can compare older and stylish structures such as the Mariners' Church and the magnificent Kingston Hotel. The students can also appreciate more recent constructions such as the horrific shopping centre and the newly constructed library, which exemplifies the rebirth of Dunleary as a cultural, social and leisure centre. Here is a review of the learning outcomes for today. Thank you very much for listening.